started. So, welcome to our happiness session, which is part of our Happy Body, Mind and Heart course. I don't know, did you both enjoy the wellness MOT? Like, was it helpful to kind of look into the, I don't know, balance of nutrition and sleep and restoration and movement? Because I sometimes feel like, I don't know whether it's old beliefs or whatever it can be. It's almost like you feel like if you exercise, you can eat everything. Or do you know what I mean? Like we almost have these things, but it's not the truth, is it? And now we know that by now. We know that by now. But oh, amazing. And if you have any questions, obviously let me know. But so today is all about happiness, about your happiness. And I know this might be a little bit loaded question, but do you feel happy right now? Yeah, you can write in the chat. Perfect. And what I was going to say, that don't feel bad if you do feel happy. You know, your happiness is not away from anyone else. Sometimes people hide their happiness if someone else is struggling next to them or near them, because they're worried that is coming across as like, oh, I'm happy, you're not. But it's not. Your happiness is amazing because you can inspire other people, because sprinkling that around. But sometimes we also get a little bit lost. So don't feel embarrassed if you're just a recording and you feel like, I don't actually feel happy. And that's fine as well. Because, you know, sometimes we lose ourselves a little bit in this happy chaos when we're trying to serve everyone else, and we kind of keep leaving ourselves last. And one of the other things I noticed, that because we all have so much in our lives, that you feel guilty if you don't feel happy. Like you almost feel like, why am I longing to something else? Why do I feel like something's missing, even though on paper I should have absolutely everything in my life? And that's, I think that's really common. And it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to feel happy in one part of your life, and you know, you might be like, I would not change anything, but same time I kind of want something more. I this is not where I want to settle. I want to achieve different things. And that's absolutely fine. You know, we change, our identity changes, our needs change. So we're not the same people we were 10 years ago, or even maybe 10 days ago. You know, things change so quickly in our lives. And sometimes it's not anything to do with us necessarily. It might just be that our surroundings, the environment where we're in changes, and that makes us adapt. And we're like, actually, I can't keep doing the same things, same habits, or behaving the same way I did a little while ago, because I'm in completely different environment now. It could be that if your work is more stressful, you have to change your activities or your free time, because you need to keep pouring in. You need to keep filling that glass, okay? Otherwise, you're just gonna struggle. Okay, so it's really important. But actually both of you I think are very good with this, just, you know, seeing the signs when you're like, I need to do something else. But like I said, don't feel embarrassed if you're feeling happy. That's amazing. Don't feel embarrassed if you need something more in your life. And also don't feel embarrassed if you're like, I'm just completely lost, I need help. This is all fine. This is all about your happiness. And also sometimes perfect. Sometimes we feel like we forget what makes us happy, like because we change so much. But yeah. Oh, Danielle, do you want to share a story?
So, long story short, okay, I'm like really stepping into adulting, behaving myself, you know, going to the doctor, I've been to the dentist this year, and I said to my husband, we need to get our eyes checked. It's been about 6 years we haven't been. It's time to tick that box.
Yeah.
Anyway, long story short, he's like, oh, we'll get it done after our teeth. Well, now we've done dentist. Anyway, so his glasses broke this week, and I was like, it's a sign we have to go to the eye doctor, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I booked it, and I'm like in today, and everyone's like, what are you doing for the bank holiday weekend? I was like, yes, I'm going to go get my eyes checked. And they're like, why are you so excited? And I was like, because I'm being a proper adult. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, yes, I'm winning at this adult life. And they were all like, I don't get it. Like, I had about 3 conversations with different people, but near enough all the same conversation, just about like, why is that exciting? Like, you need to get a life. And I was like, no, I'm happy because the small things bring me joy. I said, I used to wait for the big things, for the holidays and seeing my family in Canada and all of that. But now, if getting my eyes checked and being like a proper adult brings me joy, there's going to be a lot of things to bring me joy, you know? So it's not just about waiting for the big moments. It's about making the small moments the big things, the things that bring you joy. So I'm like, yes, I'm getting my eyes checked tomorrow.
I love this story and I love how you're embracing it. And that's so true. Like, you know, something like you don't have to, you get to do these things, right? You don't have to have your eyes checked. You get to have your eyes checked. And then you get the sign, like maybe if there's something wrong or if you need glasses, you can choose the most fabulous ones there are that really will suit your
Exactly.
personality. So I love that. That's such a good story. And I think that's what people often forget is to enjoy the small things and enjoy the journey. They are like, so used to try to climb the mountain and then they're not happy until they put the flag up at the top, and I'm like, yeah, but you're missing out on so much life, you're missing out on so much happiness because you're not every day concentrating, no, this is actually a good thing and this is what makes me happy. I love that. Thank you for sharing. That's such a good story. I also noticed like gratitude is for me has really helped me to be happier, and you know, we all have bad days, we all have bad moments, but I think gratitude is one of those things that if you can try to, you need to deal with bad things when they happen. I'm not saying brush them off like under a carpet or anything like that, but I think that if you can have your gratitude classes on all the time, you've learned to realize that actually even the moment when you may not feel your happiest is actually a stepping stone to feel happier, because that will teach you something that might change the direction of your life a little bit, but maybe it's taking exactly where you're meant to go. So it's really nice. It's almost like it's just life gives you these stepping stones and these signs and all these little things, doesn't it? And you're just like, okay, I'm just going to embrace this journey. And sometimes it feels tough, but yeah, just keep enjoying the little things and just celebrating all of those things. Love that. Thank you. So without overthinking, I would love you to either do in a chat box, or if you have a pen and paper or something, or you can unmute yourselves. But without overthinking, I would love you to list 10 things that make you happy. And you got some time. Just you got 1 minute to do this. 10 things, but don't overthink it. Don't overthink this. Just go for it. And then if you're ready, I would love you to share it as well. I might start. So things that make me happy is just, you know, being in a fresh air, having a moment with the kids and I'm winding each other up, cooking a nice meal, or saying no to chocolate when I know that it doesn't align with my goals. And if I manage to be good with my nutrition, that actually makes me really happy. I know it's probably so boring for some other people, but I just like, you know, when you achieve something and you stick to your plan, you stick to your commitment and you stay focused, that makes me really happy. And sometimes it's not anything that anyone else can see, but makes me happy. My cups from Finland make me happy. They're the perfect size for a cup of tea. Does anyone else want to share?
I can share. I've put pink dress. Of course, I have my pink dress on, but normally, like if I'm wearing pink, I just feel good about my body, you know. I love things that make me happy. Time for my husband, food, sleep, exercise. I love the rain, but I also love the sunshine. So I'm almost always happy with the weather, unless it's humid, then no. General fresh air, my bunnies and my bird. I've also put travel, family, and delicious drinks, like my Energize before my workout.
Yeah, I love that. And the color of your dress reminded me, I love having my nails done. That actually makes me really happy. And it's the funniest thing is some people are so superficial, like, why would you? But I was like, having my nails done feels like I've had a massive boost. Like it's just mad. And when I go like all the way there, I have my toes done as well. I'm like, oh my God, who am I? Next thing I'm gonna be having matching underwear. I love it.
My toes are always painted. My nails are never painted because they chip. But yes,
Mm.
I want matching underwear, and my toes are always painted because it feels good.
Yes, I love that. And Linda has shared here, complete a given task, attempting a challenge even when you know you can't. Have a nice family dinner, cooking, baking with my girls, having time away with my husband, one-to-one time with the girls, exercise, going out with my girlfriends. Oh, I love all those. And do you know what? Both of you have quite a lot on your list, things that means that you surround yourself with people you love. Isn't it amazing how your people who you surround yourself with, they make you so happy? And it helps you, and it is like, you have these mood hoovers, don't you? These people that you see, some people and they just like train you. It's like, oh, how I'm gonna do this, how
I
I'm
do
gonna
not
spend
want
time with. Pardon?
negative energy. I don't want any negative energy because I feel like you end up spending a lot of the little energy that you have, like with the chaotic life, and then you have somebody who's either trying to bring you down or something. So I just need positive vibes. People will talk about like weight. My mom will say like, "How are we getting on with it?" She's never gonna tell me like, "You're big." They say parents are very forthcoming, but I feel like my mom always says to me, "Can I help you with the challenge? Can we do the challenge together?" Or I can say, "Oh, I'm wanting to do a diet, so I'm away this week," and I said I'm gonna try because we're going on a holiday home, so there's no bad snacks, there's nothing horrible. So I'm gonna do a healthy shopping. So on the car journey up today, I'm gonna try and create a menu for the next at least 5 days. So it's gonna be at least healthy eating, even if not the 7 days. So
Yeah.
just trying to be positive.
Yeah, I love that. And actually, this is what I said to my client today. She was like, I'm trying to be good this weekend. And I was like, remember that being good, it doesn't mean that you can't have any treat. It doesn't mean that you can't have any really nice things, because you can. Being good means that you have one slice of cake instead of a quarter of the cake, right? Being good means that you are being mindful, you're eating according to your goals. So whether your car snacks will include fruit, some protein, and all of those things. But there might be a random chocolate bar if you all really enjoy, and that's but could be like every time you do the journey, you're like, oh, this is our tradition to get this chocolate bar, for example. Do you know what I mean? Like, so being good doesn't mean that you can't have everything if your goals allow that. Obviously, if you are very on a strict goal and very strict journey and all that, then you can't have those things. But sometimes everyone thinks that I'm going to be good, I'm going to be healthy, and that means like nothing. So just find that balance. It's like we talk about nutrition and all that. So see what it means to you being good, right? See that what it means to like all those healthy things. And yes, and I avoided a call last night because of negative energy. And that's the thing, like when you learn to read the room, when you learn your body and what kind of energy it needs around you, that's when you're winning, because you know where to put yourself, you know who to spend time with, and it's okay. It's okay to do that. Absolutely, I love that. Okay, so I would love, so we've done a list of things what makes you very energized, makes very happy. So we've done a list of things what makes you happy, and now I would like for you to think about a little bit deeper. Is there anything in your life you need to make you even happier? Don't overthink this. Just make a list, please. Just see what pops up in your head straight away. What would make you even happier? Your list could be, you could be like, that's it. I have literally everything I need in my life. I am 100% happy. There's nothing I would change. And that's fine too. Don't be embarrassed by that. Just embrace that. That's great. Yes, baby. Yes. I can't wait for those baby news. More money. Sometimes it's like, yeah, more money gives more opportunities. And then, you can do different things. So think about everyone, like, write your list. You can share in the chat box. You can unmute yourselves. See what do you want in your life still, and why? What would it mean to you? Like when you connect that to the feeling that what this thing would give to you, that's when you're more likely to go after it. If you just put a random thing on your list that, oh yeah, I would love that, but you have no connection with that, you have no mental, emotional, anything like that connection, it's maybe unlikely to happen, because when life gets tough, you're going to give up. Yeah. So see if like, what do you think would make you even happier, and why?
I'm putting more money because more money brings more choices. It's not so much about greed or anything like that, but I really want a baby, and I'm feeling like, yes, it's almost time. Baby's on its way.
Yeah.
But I just want to be able to decide, what kind of work I want to do after baby's here. And I'm not putting everything on baby, of course, that'd be amazing. But I just know if I had more money, I could go see my family. There's just more choice with life with more money. So it's from like a exciting point of view.
And what steps can you take to make it happen?
Well, part of it is like decluttering so I can sell stuff on Vinted rather than keep buying more.
Yeah.
Also, I've just because I'm going to LA in July, so I've had a look at the hotel where my current hotel booking is cancelable. I found one for $500 cheaper. So just being mindful of like where I'm spending, are there ways to cut back? Maybe downgrading. So say for example, downgrading the hotel room just slightly, still getting me what I need from a room,
Yeah.
but to be able to save some money for other things, just more being mindful of that and less waste. Like if we go grocery shopping, make sure we eat everything in the cupboards and the fridge before we go, because I'm sure like everyone, there's always some kind of food waste in everyone's
Yeah.
house. You don't realize how much you've got until you actually do a proper clean. So just being a lot more mindful of what I'm spending, and I'm looking at like my business and stuff and what feels good to me. So getting more income streams in, but also being happy with just what I've got already.
I love that. And that's so important. And I think actually we're going to do some manifesting stuff in the Happy Chaos Club next month. And we're going to do manifest your membership back. And that's why I was asking, like, how can you make this happen? Because when you take aligned action and you start like almost like write down the amount what you want to create, and then you write down all different ways of creating the money, or how can it come to you, and it will really help you. And you could be like, oh yeah, so this is what I would have to get on Vinted, this is what I would have to change my hotel to, and then you might get some random things coming to you because you are so ready to receive that money. So it's really quite fascinating. Okay, Linda says, making sure I take ownership in my passive income strategy, staying focused and stick to the plan. I love that. And why does it mean so much to you, Linda? Why would that make a change? If you can, I'm not sure if you can chat.
Because you will then as Danielle says, you then have a bit more money. Maybe you can you've got more to play with and just not feel like you're restricted for any financial decision you make. So if you've got that flowing, I'm employed currently full time, but at the same time, don't want to be over reliant. I'm thinking I can be my own boss maybe, but even if I'm employed because I love what I'm doing, I still have something extra so that can start squeezing that extra holiday, because even the holidays are double the price pre-COVID. So yeah.
I was going to say, what would it mean to, what would you do if you had more money? What would be a first thing if you do this passive income coming in? What would you do with it?
I think I'd say, I'll go to visit family as well. So my family comes from Kenya as well. You've got relatives in Australia. With the cost with everything, like now just doing the same holidays we did, after 5 years ago, it's double the price. And I'm like, my salary hasn't doubled, so I can't really afford that to do the same holidays we did up like 5 years ago, because I feel like everything has just gone quite high. We can do some, but not as many as we did frequently, like one long haul holiday every year and like 3 mini breaks and stuff like. And I'm grateful that not everybody has that. So, we've just minimized in terms of where we're going, or maybe go every 2 years and just things like that. So you can just be mindful of the income that you have long term. So I don't want to have that struggle of thinking, what if there's only just one source of income coming through. That's I think more my thought.
And how much would it mean to you to have enough money to go and see your family back home?
Oh, it'll be brilliant, because the girls can be able to just see, where mom and dad came from, their roots, see their grandparents, see their cousins, and just experience a different lifestyle. Because first time we went, it was not last year, but the year before, and they were able to articulate and see what's happening. They're like, why is that person doing this? Like, and then, they experience like, I'd say life from both extremes, where you go and you've got like cooks in the house, and then from well, at home here, mommy is a cook, mommy is a driver, mommy is a cleaning lady. Whereas when they've gone and seen their cousins, they've got a cook, they've got a cleaner, they've got a chauffeur and everything else. And then you've got other family members who, yes, maybe they've got a house help or something like this, but even a gardener, they have one, and they say, Mommy, why can't you get a gardener here? And I'm thinking, sorry, because I haven't got £10,000 to pay for a gardener. So just to be able to, so they can see as well. But for me, it's just for them to see, like, this is what you can have if you do this as well. So it's pretty much setting an example for the girls. So I wouldn't say I'm particularly, we're living below the bread line, you know, above average in sort of lifestyle for what we do. But I think when they've gone to Kenya, they think like, oh, these people must be millionaires or that, you know, but telling them, you know what, when they come and visit us, and they come down and we wash dishes together when they visit us. And because they know the lifestyle, just because money somewhere else can buy you more than what you have here. So it's just educating them as well and just be comfortable. So they know that we're not very poor, but I don't have money to flash out for them to say, all right, that's what's there. So I think it's just having that security, and just, you know, with elderly in-laws as well. So it's just nice if they can spend more time to visit them as well. So it's just being that comfortable, and everybody's needs will be different, isn't it?
And I love that, like, you know, the girls to see their roots, like, you know, where you guys come from, and like to all those. It's so important to get used to that, get to know that culture as well, isn't it? Because
absolutely,
it is so important, and have the connection with the grandparents who might still be there, or like great grandparents, or some of the family members. And that's something money can't buy, isn't it? Like those feelings and those experiences is something that you carry in your heart forever, isn't it? So it's that sounds absolutely lovely. Okay, so I would love to do a tiny little visualization with you ladies, if that's okay. Although Terry is chopping veg there, so don't close your eyes if you keep chopping. So you can just think. So if you're ready to do, are you all happy to do a little visualization with me? Yeah, fab.
Yeah.
So if you can just close your eyes, please, and make sure you sit comfortably. Terry, put the knife away. And then just close your eyes and try to relax, and try to go all in with this one if you can. And you can just breathe at your own speed, just whatever makes you comfortable and relax. So you don't have to try to keep up with certain speed. Just do your own thing. Just relax. You can have your hands on your heart. You can have your hands on your legs, or be in whatever position you want to go. You can go into starfish on the floor if that makes you comfortable. But just keep breathing, please, and just keep relaxing. And while you have your eyes closed, I really would love you to think of a time when you were your happiest, or just one of the happy moments, but you might have many. But if you really just stay in a moment and think, when were you happiest? It may have happened this year, or when you were little, or somewhere between. It's amazing how mind will just give us something when we go all in. Just stay in that moment and keep on feeling all the feelings you had in that moment when you were your happiest. And what were you doing? Have a look around in that moment, in that situation. Like, what were you doing when you were feeling that happy? How did your body feel? Did you have the butterflies, or you were just smiling? Or how did you feel? How did you move? And who was there with you? Sometimes happy memories are to do with people, that you almost, the environment is a blur, but you have the people there with you. And sometimes it's more about the actual place where you feel mostly in peace. You just keep staying in that moment and keep taking it all in. And have a little think, why did that moment make you feel so happy? What was it there that made you feel so happy? Stay in that moment and take it all in. Imagine if you could bottle that feeling right now, that happiness, and have it on your kitchen table. Keep thinking that moment when you were super happy. And you might even be smiling because you're feeling warm. You might have that in your heart, and you might be laughing because it's like, oh my goodness, we had so much fun. And just keep feeling this happiness. And just keep breathing and relaxing and enjoying this moment. And you can stay there for a little bit longer. Keep really looking around in that moment and keep taking it all in. And you can even give them a hug, squeeze the people who are in that moment with you. If there's someone else there with you, you can give yourself a little hug. You can just keep bottling it in, because it's such a lovely, lovely moment. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes And I would absolutely love to hear what moment you were thinking about. You can write it down, you can do it in a chat box, or you can write it on your notepad. But if you want to share, I would love to hear.
I can share.
Yeah.
Mine was when I closed my eyes, I pictured it didn't really matter which cruise we were on, but there's this kind of secret balcony where the balcony is more like a triangle rather than just like a rectangle. And
Yeah.
I was just having like selfie photo shoot, and my husband was there, and I was trying on all these different clothes and just like feeling good about, it was just nice to have the fresh air and be on the boat and just nice. And then when you said open your eyes, I remembered we're going on a cruise in November, and I've got that secret balcony.
So you were almost going back it, like going forward in time and be ready in that moment. I love that. And why do you think this moment made you so happy?
I love selfie photo shoots. I take selfies. I'm selfie queen, as you know. I take pictures all the time. But that moment, it was just like I had the whole day to do it. I think we must have been out at sea, but the lighting was good. Like this, I think it was mostly the lighting. It was just like everything was worry free. If you were hungry, you go up to the buffet, get food. My husband was there, quality time, just two of us, and it was just like no pressure to rush around or anything like that.
I love that. And it's really interesting because I speak with you all the time, and often what comes up with you when you talk about things that make you happy are your husband, the cruises, and fresh air. So it's really interesting how all those came up for you. I love that. Terry, I feel like you've got a really good thing to share. Can you unmute yourself? I don't think I can. I don't know why it's not letting me. I'm asking to unmute you. Linda, have you got anything to share while we try to get Terry a voice? Oh, no. Yes, no, Linda. Yeah, you share first, please.
Hi. So I think it's just gone back in the moment of speaking about holidays. So I remember this just coming up to 2 years when my daughters met their great grandmother. They'd met her before, but they were little, so they didn't have any memories of her, or just, it's just from pictures. Whereas when the reality, when we met her, she's old. She doesn't she's 106 or over 106 years old. So they wanted to ask her so many questions, but then because she can't talk, she's just got dementia. She'll sit there, she smiles. So it was my auntie who was like answering questions because she looks after her. And so what does she eat? And they're very curious, and they say, is that what she's always eaten when she was young? Is that what she still eats? And things like that. So just their curiosity and just seeing of, they could have just gone and played and just not ask, but they were there for hours, or they just kept on going, coming back pretty much the whole day. And then my auntie just joked and said, I've never answered so many questions in one day, because your guys are so curious from everything on how we do it. Like, I feel like if they were old enough, I could have just left them here and I'll come back and they'll have known what they needed to do with great grandma. So I think just that feeling of them seeing and knowing, like, they've seen their great grandmother, and it was just happy and just run around her farm. For me, it brought, great memories and loads of tears of joy.
Oh, I love that. And you were back at home, and that's so lovely. And again, it didn't matter what was around you, but you had those people around you and that moment. I love that. Thank you. Terry, you are unmuted.
Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Oh, you can hear my visitors as well. Shush. No, it was amazing because I'm very grateful that I'm able to have like a movie, a film rolling of so many happy moments. And they're, even going out for a walk with the dogs, the time I spent with my son, recently, what made me really smile was we were both diving. So there was no conversation, but just having his presence next to me. And it was just, it's made me so emotional because I am so, so grateful for, because it was like a movie and so many memories. And initially, I thought, I don't remember ever being happy. And then all of a sudden, it was like, you idiot, you're happy all the time. So
Yeah.
it was, that's what made me smile. And I even hug myself because I can. So
I
it
love
was really,
that. Oh, I love
it
that.
was,
I could see you smiling. I could see you smiling, and and I felt the warmth when you gave yourself a hug. It was lovely.
yeah, no, that was a beautiful experience. Thank you. And I'm glad I
No.
put my knife down.
Oh, perfect. So I know, I'm pleased you did too. So Terry's son is in Australia, or is he in Bali at the moment, but he's traveling around. So that,
Yeah.
to give everyone context why, is so, so important, even more important this moment.
Yeah. So, and I'm grateful that I am able to go visit because I've got family scattered all over the world. And I think I've worked hard enough that now I can enjoy those. My life is very simple. We were talking about cutting things down. My life is simple and I rather spend it on travel and yeah,
I love that.
just
And yeah,
that's that's
yeah,
my
I think,
my manifestation is just more airplanes everywhere.
yeah, I love that. And I think you have really, when I think of you, you've kind of found the essence of happiness, like your priorities have probably changed a lot from when like maybe 20 years ago. Whereas,
Well, that's what I'll say that, wisdom comes with age. And for me, that's true because now, thankfully, I'm very active and very healthy that I'm able at 63 to just get up and go whenever I want.
amazing. And I think you need to be really proud of yourself that you do that. And you
Yeah.
just be like, where can I go next? Where can I get one-way ticket? And then where can I go from there? And you just keep traveling around the world, because there are many people who want to do that, but they don't. So I think you should be very, very proud of yourself.
Yeah. And I figured that I worked hard enough at one point that I'm able to do that now. So for all of you guys, younglings that are looking forward to that, you'll get there. Believe me, you will get there.
We will. We will. Oh, thank you, everyone, for sharing your stories. And whoever is watching this on record, I would absolutely love you to send me your story, because I think this is why I always ask people to share their happiness, because so many people hide their happiness. But how happy have you been to listen to these stories? Like, I think you just keep, when you share your happiness, you're not making people think, oh, she's happy, I don't like that. It's opposite. It's like, oh my goodness, I'm so happy for her. And if someone thinks negatively about it, just, they're not your people, right? They're not your people. If they can't be happy for you, they're not your people. Don't worry about them. So I always think, keep sprinkling happiness around, because that makes you happier, and you really are helping other people as well. Like Terry's story is probably inspiring other people to do same, travel more, and all of those things. So I love that. And I could hear the connection you are, really missing from back home. And Danielle, I can see how important these things are for you, because they always come up, don't they? The same things, and that is like, that's your core happiness, isn't it? Those things, and they really, really help you. So thank you. I've got a couple of other happiness booster things. Oh, Terry, yeah.
How many people are on the chat right now? Is it
Only 4 at the moment.
Are we all foreigners? It sounds like we all have family far, far away. So I know how hard.
Yeah.
I've lived away from my family for, gosh, since I was 14 when I went away to school. So it's just, I can sympathize how hard it is to be and how homesick we can get. But these communities is what's kept me not missing that much. A sense of belonging. And I think you've done a great job, Minniina, in helping me when I came back to Leighton Buzzard 12 years ago to welcome me into a community. Thank you.
Thank you. Look, you made me cry. Oh gosh. These are happy tears. These are happy tears. So Terry used to walk, I think many of you know the story, but Terry used to walk past my boot camp when we were there, rain or shine. Just literally like saying, I'm not joining in. I'm not joining in. I don't exercise in this weather. And here she is. joining in, and it's been lovely. It's been absolutely lovely. So I have a couple of other happiness boosters here. Oh, let me just wipe my happy tears first, and then I continue. So when you feel a bit down, there are a couple of quick boosts. Some of you may have heard this already, but there are a couple of quick ways you can boost your happiness really quickly. So one is like, you don't have to do necessarily now, but when you have time, if you have, just write a little happiness list. Write a list of things that make you happy. Like, it'd be like, call a friend, watch this, listen to this song, dance to this music, you know, sing along loud, or, you know, close your eyes and go back to that moment. They can be, have a cup of tea and or read 2 pages of favorite book. They can be anything, but because when life gets busy, this happy chaos takes over and we forget. Yeah, so when you have your little happiness booster list and it's somewhere visible where you can see it, and I know it sounds ridiculous that you'll forget what makes you happy, but sometimes we have days that we feel a bit down. We feel like, I just need something to, you know, snap me out of this. And you have a look at your happiness list and you're like, oh my goodness, yes, all these things, just looking at the list will make you smile. And then you go, okay, I'm just going to do something for my happiness list. I have 5 minutes. I'm going to do something to boost my happiness. Honestly, it's so powerful. Another thing I recommend is doing happy picture folder on your phone. So you can create a folder, and in this folder, you can only put photos in that remind you of really happy times. Okay, so we have different kind of memories. Some memories give us lots of happiness, but some memories gives us happiness, but also sadness. Like if there's a person you're really missing. So don't put that picture in this happiness folder, because that's for another moment. That could be your really special photo folder. But in this happiness booster folder, I want only pictures that make you laugh out loud. I want pictures you're like, oh my God, remember that time? Or, you know, that silly face, or what was I thinking? Or it can be anything, but they are on this one happiness booster folder on your phone. And when you have a moment that you maybe don't believe in yourself, or you feel down, or you just feeling sad, you check your happiness booster folder, and I promise you again, it will put a smile on your face. Okay, because it is based on science that you need 3 positive thoughts to kind of like get over 1 negative. So think of looking at 3 pictures that really make you smile. They should really help you to overcome the negative thoughts you have in your head. Okay. And my last one was that use your senses, like smell, taste, sight, hearing, and touch. Okay, you could do with a hug. If you have anyone there, give them a hug. Or sometimes just hugging yourself, like, it's quite powerful, isn't it? Like giving yourself a good squeeze, it's good. Or, you know, smell, you know, like how some smells like really give us memories. Like there could be a cake. If you make a cake, you're like, oh yeah, I remember as a child and I was there and it gives me so much happiness. Or some food, and tasting things as well is same, or seeing something. So the happiness booster folder, you've seen those photos. Okay, and also hearing. So it could be your favorite song. You hear your favorite song, and music is so powerful. So it might just bring back, or I have one song that reminds me of our wedding, and it was such a funny moment when it happened. So every time I hear it, it makes me smile. Even if I'm not with Andrew, it makes me smile. And it's just really nice. And of course, you know, you can always dance or sing to your favorite tune and it will make you smile. And what a good exercise, what a good movement that is. So this is everything from me for today. And I'm so happy you are here. And thank you. And I really hope it has been helpful. I really hope it has given you some joy today. I hope it's put a smile on your face on a kind of sunny but kind of grey day. And these tips I shared today, like, I really hope you use them. Like, that's the whole point of this session, is that actually you take away something that you can use. Okay. You will get an email, you can get a recording of this in a couple of hours time. Gives me a few moments to set it up, and then you can watch it. And if you have anyone you think might benefit from it, obviously you can send them a YouTube link as well. We're all here to sprinkle this help and happiness. If anyone wants to join in for the Happy Chaos Club, obviously you're more than welcome to. We got manifesting as our topic for next month. I can't wait. I did my module 3 yesterday, and I'm hopefully going to do my module 4 at some point today. And there's some space for my retreat in January in Lapland. What else? But I am here to help you ladies. Honestly, I'm so grateful for all of you in my life and you being here. So if there's anything you ever need, please let me know. And have the most fabulous weekend. Adios. I'm just going to
Thank
stop the
you.
recording. No, thank you so much.